more about, I think you were maybe looking at citing more programs in traditionally African American neighborhoods as a way to try to attract more students. We think there would be some huge benefits there. Is that what you were getting at?
Well, what the piece of data that interested the committee was the underrepresentation of our African American students in dual language immersion programs. We know that African American students make up 11% of the district, but they're only 2% in the programs. So we know that they are not being able to find equal access into those programs, and we know that they would be high leverage programs for them too. I agree with you. They are dual language immersion programs are programs that benefit all students, and we would definitely want them eventually throughout the entire district. It's a matter of prioritizing, and the committee was prioritizing the expansion to places where we felt we could make an impact on the achievement gap.
Yes.
And that's kind of why we were looking at those, but there's nothing that would keep us from continuing expansion of dual language programs throughout the entire district. Would you like me to do that?
I would, in fact. And in fact, we have a board policy, which I was going to ask about, from I think 2010, where we actually designated 4 high schools around the district. And I'm trying to remember, I think it was Franklin, Roosevelt, Madison, and Lincoln as kind of the high schools that would end up becoming the language immersion high schools. And clearly in most of those high school clusters or regions, we have a couple of immersion programs now feeding in, and certainly in Lincoln we don't have that yet at all. We just have the Ainsworth program. So I don't know if that's also something that the committee is looking at, was that ultimate goal of kind of having regional high school hubs.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at actually from pre-K all the way up to 12th grade and having channels for these students to continue that. As a matter of fact, when we looked at the African American population and where would be some places that we could build on some work that is already being done, there is pre-Ks that currently are teaching Mandarin to their students, and so some of that groundwork has been done. But in that is within the Jefferson cluster. But we're absolutely looking all the way through 12th grade. As Melissa said, student populations move around and then things change, so it becomes difficult to be able to predict. So we want to take our time in figuring out what is the best pathway for today for kindergarten and first, and then have a pathway all the way through 12th. Does that address what you were asking?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.